Well, hello, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Firstly, I'd like to start by getting you all to introduce yourselves. If you can tell me what you're studying, including your majors, and where you're studying as well.
Hi guys, I'm Max. I'm studying at Southern Cross University and I'm studying a Bachelor of Civil Engineering.
My name is Karina. I'm studying currently a Diploma in Sustainable Operations, and I have a background in communication and media and some other degrees on photography.
My name is Alec. I'm currently studying final year structural engineering at Griffith University, just here on the Gold Coast.
Great. So, Max, I'm going to start with you. You're studying civil engineering at Southern Cross. What drew you to study your degree?
Yeah, great. So as a youngster, my dad was an owner-builder of our house. So I grew up through like my early teenage years with all types of crazy buildings going on around us as we're living in this house. And I think that really sparked the idea of how great it is to see a concept be developed and see it built in the real world. So from that, I kind of really sparked my ambition with the idea of structures, and then civil engineering popped up at Southern Cross University, and it seemed like a great fit for my interests, so I jumped on board with that.
What are some of the unique experiences you've had so far at Southern Cross?
There's definitely been some unique experiences. Obviously with COVID, I was out of work. I couldn't go anywhere. The university gave me this great opportunity. We had a marketing vehicle, which was a combi. It was running off a dirty old petrol engine, an old Subaru engine, and that wasn't quite great. So what we decided to do was slap some Tesla battery modules inside of the combi and an electric motor, and actually it'll be one of the first universities at least to electrify a combi, and it's easily one of the fastest combis you'd see around on the streets. So that was a really awesome application, and it gave me a really good insight into what different types of engineering, obviously that's more mechanically based driven engineering, and that gave me a great insight into knowing that, hey, structural and civil engineering is definitely more my cup of tea, and mechanical is great fun, but it's not something I could see myself doing day to day. Yeah.
So what are you hoping to do once you graduate?
Yeah, great. Well, I really want to get my hands dirty, just kind of in local area, like local councils, understanding the process and logistics around that sort of thing. So I'm really keen to go maybe look down at Coffs Harbour Council. I've landed a really generous scholarship with those guys, and I'm really interested to start working with them really closely next year before I start my thesis in my final fourth year. Yeah.
Great. Karina, you chose to do a certificate for and diploma with Envirotech. Can you tell us a little bit more about Envirotech and the qualifications that you're doing?
Sure. I decided to study a certificate for and diploma in sustainable operations because, it was like an inner call to wake up this passion about environment, how to be useful to do something for the environment, something for our planet. So since I studied the certificate for, I studied in there because I have this communication degree, so I had not lots of idea of what it was about sustainability in the world. And through that course, and then I decided to jump into the diploma, I learned literally how to jump into new ideas, how to make a business better in their operations to be more sustainable, how to switch any kind of operation to make it like to save money, to make a better impact in the environment, to make a better impact for the society, and all these three bottom line skills that we can learn through sustainability, we literally can put it on in any business that we do. If you do your own business, if you do if you work already in a company, they will be always appreciative if you say I can make you save some money. I can make you feel all your employees better, and I can make even the waste that you produce, I can make it less and then make it better for the planet. Yeah.
What drew you to environmental management?
The same. It was an inner call. I was studying communication and media. I did 5 years of filmmaking and journalism. And at some point, my job was to show reality to people, and I didn't like what I was seeing. I was looking pollution, I was looking injustice in the world. I was looking at all of that, and I was just a witness. And at some point you decide, and I said, I can do something better. I can skill up myself, and I can really, really learn how to bring more things to the world and have to upskill myself, because I already studied a degree. I could start something different. I could be studying engineering. And at this point of your lives, where you're deciding what to study, and you're aware, you're afraid of saying, what if it's not what I like it? What if it's, in 4 years, I want something else? So for myself was the same. I studied communication, and then after I finished my degree, I was doing filming, and I said, what's the message? Well, how can I apport something to the world? So instead of studying this something new, I just skill up myself. I introduce sustainability into my life, which is the main sustainability mindset is how can I use better my resources? How can I use all what I'm learning here in a certificate in a diploma, not being a complete degree where I don't have the time or either the resources, the money to invest it on it. Then you can just learn these new skills, put it in your own degree. And now if you can see, if my writing, say, for journalism or my filmmaking skills, everything is towards now how to make a better world. So it's all about the impact that you can do and eventually to inspire people. That's why I'm here. I want just to share the message and to put that seed that is going to be in your minds about everyone can do something better. And we can all be something better for the entire world and society, yeah.
So what are you hoping to do when you graduate?
What I'm currently doing. So after I graduate, I'm about to graduate very soon of the diploma. So my aim is to keep working as a consultant. I just literally go and walk into any cafe I like, any restaurant I like, and I see the operations, and then you see you always get to speak with someone that knows about it, and you can meet the owners, and then you say, you know what, just by looking at your operations, I can tell you can save this amount of money. Just barely looking at it, and saying you can improve your operations and make your employees happier. And happy employees make happy company, and happy company brings more customers. So then they ask you, well, I don't like solar panels. Some people have this misbelief about sustainability is just solar panels. It's not, guys. It's one of the latest resources that you can do. Mainly, you need to change mindsets. You need to get people interested in what sustainability is. And by having that mindset in all your customers, in all your employees, then you can switch your operations, and you switch just one business at a time. And it's one business has lots of employees and lots of minds, so we can make a huge impact. So I'm getting a better consultant and inspiring people. That's the thing.
Great. Now, Alec, you're studying structural and civil engineering at Griffith. So what sparked your interest in engineering?
Okay, so during high school, I was really only good at courses like maths, physics, and sciences like that. So originally my best possible pathway was to go into something like engineering because it's got great employability and it suited to my needs. But my real passion for engineering started when I first studied at Griffith. I came in my first or second year of study. And it's more the satisfaction you get from solving a problem or finding a solution to that same problem that could be extremely complex when you first look at it. But after studying at Griffith, they can equip you with the right tools to tackle something that you originally thought would be impossible. So it's a satisfaction you get once you've designed a section or some type of structure, and you go, man, I just designed that, and I just love learning new things in maths and physics, and it's just a great program to just help you out with looking at the big picture when it comes to structures and construction management as well, because it doesn't only just equip you with tools for engineering. You look at construction, how things are built, formwork and Rio and everything. And yeah.
What kind of hands-on experience have you had?
So at Griffith, they offer a wide range of hands-on experience, whether that's labs, site visits, internships, and stuff like that. So generally, when you first start, because you don't have a lot of experience, you might do a lot of hands-on lab work, and this could be like designing electrical circuits, or if you're in geotechnical engineering, you do a lot of soil analysis and looking at strengths of materials in materials too. So there's a lot of hands-on labs that you can do. And then once you progress further into the degree, you do like site visits and inspections, and you do this. Everyone gets access to this. You don't have to be a GPA 7 student. Everyone has the opportunity to go out on site and to see how things are actually built. And this will be alongside a senior engineer. He shows you around and everything. And once you go into like third and fourth year, you start looking at internships and stuff. And these are constantly provided to you by our careers officer. And you don't have to be a flashy GPA 7 with all of this on your resume. Anybody can get experience anywhere. I've participated in over two work experience opportunities while I was at Griffith, thanks to Griffith equipping me with the right tools. And yeah.
I'd love to know what hands-on experience each of you have had as well.
Yeah, I mean, like I spoke before about the Combi project, but definitely just getting out and about with a lot of the industry experts that are also our lecturers. So they've all had industry experience when I engage with them, and they all are happy to share what they have been doing in practically. But there also is a lot of employment opportunities. What I never realized as a student looking at universities was that, yeah, they're all about educating young people and educating people in general. But there's also a whole business and mechanism there that they make money from as well. So there's a lot of employment opportunities within the research laboratories. And so there's a lot of work going for, especially engineering students that can apply the lessons learned in their theoretical learnings to the practicality side of research projects and how to engineer solutions. So I've worked really closely with our environmental degree and a lot of the research going on in that space around how to test runoff from industry. And so we engineered a solution which was a nice, succinct little box which would test the water at different intervals. And so I was applying all of my engineering practices to a real-world practical solution, which is really critical. And it's one of those things that I'm going to add to my CV when I finish my degree that I think really makes it competitive versus someone else who just has a straight civil engineering degree. All these little industry experiences that you get and the relevance that they have to the new world that we need to engineer sustainably, like you were saying, I think really goes a long way in making you more of a compelling person to be employed when you ultimately I'm looking for a job in the future, especially in STEM fields.
Yeah, I believe the same as you. Once you get all this knowledge and all these tools and all these skills, you can start doing it and implementing it everywhere. So in my experience, the experience that I've been having on practice, for example, I've been doing some waste management plans for several restaurants around the Gold Coast. I've been doing some social sustainability plan that is something vital, something important that most of the companies now are looking at. This is a growing industry about sustainability. I believe Australia is just like about 3-5 years to be like on top of sustainability, like in the world. Now we are on the right time to target all these UN sustainability goals, and one of those is like, for example, gender equality. You can bring that every time in your own business and in your operations too, and to take care about our waste, how it's our habit, like consumption habits. So just by shifting just a little bit with knowledge and with a few of awareness, I think it's something that you can implement it every day. So it's the experience, you can have it everywhere. Just go anywhere and say like, what are you going to do after you buy this?
What is a common misconception people have about undertaking a STEM qualification?
I believe a lot of the questions that I get is like math. Everyone's really worried about mathematics, and I feel like if you have an attitude which is really being worried about math, you're not going to enable yourself to be open-minded and start learning about it. It's kind of like trying to build a really complicated Lego building without actually starting off with the foundations to build it. So you've got to have a really open mind towards your learnings, not think that anything's too hard, and really just jump in. And if you have the attitude which is, yes, I can put my mind to this, I can learn what I don't understand, I'm not just going to say, no, I can't understand it. If that's the attitude you have, and this goes for a lot of subjects outside of STEM as well, I think you'll go really far. You've just got to have the open-mindedness to study and put the effort in when you don't know something.
I believe another misconception is that STEM is not for women. And actually in Australia, only 16% of women, they dedicate to STEM. And I believe it's something together with the fear of being like into the mathematics, into engineering, into science. But we need more women into this stream. We need more passionate people into develop like new things. And it's about just like what we were saying, the UN sustainability goals. It's gender equality. And we can all improve that statistics by having more people interested on that. And we can all be like the new bigger scientist, the new big mathematician. And without even liking it or you knowing it.
And you don't want buffhead boys building everything. We need to be grounded.
I
We need to
know.
have balance.
I
and
know. Girls are multitask, and
So-
we
so-
can do several things at the same time. What about having a degree now in science, having a degree now in engineering?
And some of the best graduates that I know are women in engineering. And so it's not, it's definitely is a big misconception, I would say.
Yeah, for women.
Yeah, and as far as the women topic goes, as far at Griffith, they offer specific opportunities for women in engineering. So there's a lot of things that as a woman you can do there. But following on what was said before about the misconceptions is that it's too difficult. Everybody will think, or what a lot of people say is that it's the study is way too rigorous and you can't do it, specifically the maths thing. But you got to know that the lecturers give you the correct tools in order to be able to pass these programs and stuff. So everybody who tries it, no matter your level of understanding, will be able to complete it if they put their mind to it. It's really not as hard as you think. Yeah.
Do you have any advice for anyone in the audience who is considering a career in STEM?
I think like what we were saying before about having the attitude, which is I can do it, not saying that I don't know, not sitting on your hands and waiting for the opportunity to arise and land in your lap as well. Being proactive, getting out there, looking for all the opportunities that you have on offer, and then making the decision on what's the best one for you, what's going to suit the potential career path that you have in sight. Do you want to be working at a desk your whole life? Do you want to be on your feet? Do you want a balance of both? And I think STEM's a great field to have a balance of both. So be proactive so you can make those decisions about what the final job that you want to be doing, 9 to 5, 5 days a week for the rest of your life. Make sure that balance ticks the box. And I think you'll find in STEM, there'll be a great balance if that's what you're looking for.
I agree with you. My advice would be follow your passion and add on that passion into something that you can really, really work on it. It's not just only, as you said, it's not only about like the job that you're going to be doing every day. It's something that you will love to do every day of your life. Even if you have already studied, if your parents, for example, oh, I studied this, it's too late for me to change. It's never too late. It's always good to bring up this passion and to introduce them in the STEM industry, in the STEM sector, things that we can live into the world. Like what the question here is, what do you want to leave in the world now? What are you leaving for the next generation, for your kids, for your future students, for the people that you're surrounded at the moment? So try to bring this love and passion in whatever you do, and bringing up with STEM, I think, is the best way to do it. Being with scientists and engineers, and don't be afraid of that. They're friendly.
Yeah, and one of my biggest regrets that I have when I studying at Griffith is that I didn't think enough of myself to apply for some of the work experience opportunities earlier in my degree. So during your first or second year, commonly you'll get sent by our careers officer things like small jobs that you might want to go and apply for. And I always just thought to myself, oh, I'm only a first year, or I'm only just starting my second year. There's no way I'm capable of doing something like that. But now I realize that I should have just jumped at opportunities like that, because the people who are hiring you don't expect you to have these skills, and they're there to teach you. So you should never be doubt yourself about the skills that you have. More apply for these things to build your skill set further. So that's my advice.
Great. Well, do we have any questions from anyone in the audience for these guys? No? Well, you can catch up with them one-on-one. They're going to be at their education providers booth. So if you want to find out any more information, please go over there and chat to them one-on-one. Thank you all so much for joining me.
Thank you.